Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. You're asked to please take your seats. We are about to begin, so please take your seats. You're asked to please stand for the national anthem of St. Lucia. Please stand for the national anthem of St. Lucia. To remain standing as we are led in prayer by Monsignor Patrick Anthony, founder of the Folk Research Center.
Tendeno tikongo asulame mama. Ayo tendeno tikongo asulame mama. Tendeno tikongo asulame mama. Tendeno tikongo asulame mama. Ayo tendeno tikongo asulame mama. Tendeno tikongo asulame mama. Tendeno. Au nom du Père, du Fils et du Saint-Esprit, ainsi soit-il. Par bon Dieu, nous remercions, nous honorons, nous glorifions. Pour aujourd'hui, je nous célébrer, commencer la célébration nous pour l'émancipation. Papa, c'est vous qui fait nous un pays là. Vous qui fait nous un bel petit pays Saint-Lucie. C'est vous qui fait nous l'esprit pour libération, papa. C'est vous qui guidez nous, papa, en toute décision. Nous demandons, papa, pour toucher cher Saint-Lucien. Puis ça apprécier vous, papa, comme maître la vie. Ben nous la force, les courage là. Pour nous faire ça qui plaît. Pour nous développer le pays, nous, papa. Pour nous faire ces petits mamans là. Ces petits enfants. Je sais ça qui valent, qui honnêtent, papa. Puis ça lever nous, oh papa, en la terre. Pas béni célébration nous, quand nous commençons après-midi. Continuez à guider nous comme il faut. Béni tout ça nous a fait. Puisque tout ça nous nie, c'est où qu'ils abandonnent. Et nous devons faire prier ça, papa, en nom de notre Seigneur Jésus-Christ, en l'union du Saint-Esprit, ainsi soit-il. Au nom du Père et du Fils et du Saint-Esprit, ainsi soit-il. Amen.
You may be seated. Honorable Philip J. Pierre, Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Honorable Dr. Ernest Tiller, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Tourism, Commerce, Investment, Creative Industries, Culture and Heritage, other members of Cabinet, members of the Senate, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Permanent Secretaries and Deputy Permanent Secretaries, Mr. Darwin Gard, Chairman of the Cultural Development Foundation, other Board of Directors of the Cultural Development Foundation, Mrs. Ramona Henry Wynn, Executive Director of the Cultural Development Foundation, chairpersons and CEOs of other partner agencies, other heads of government agencies, statutory boards and private sector agencies, staff of the Cultural Development Foundation, specially invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, bienvenue, bonsoir. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, bonsoir, bienvenue. We have come to the official launch of Emancipation commemorations in St. Lucia for 2026. Nous avons déclaré programme Emancipation pour l'année 2026 under the theme Understanding Our Past to Build a Pathway for the Future. Lakopwann de Listwa nous pour créer Chimen pour Vini. We come to the launch of another season, another journey of emancipation that challenges us to make meaning of our freedoms and the ways in which we are involuntarily and consciously unfree. Chimen emancipation sala ka kwe asu nou, pou nou reflechi asu la vi nou, pou mande yon de chesyo asu liberté nou. 2026 marks 232 years since St. Lucia's first colonial emancipation from the French on February 4th, 1794. 192 years since the abolition of slavery in the British Caribbean. It is the 47th anniversary of St. Lucia's independence. And on March 25th, 2026, the UN General Assembly declared the transatlantic slave trade and racialized chattel enslavement the gravest crime against humanity. Emancipation matters now, as it has always mattered. Globally, it has been a precarious season in every hemisphere where the clothing of democracy has been laid bare, and we have asked ourselves, how can emancipation become real and present in the lives of people across the world, and especially in the Caribbean? As we open this evening's commemorations, it is my pleasure to welcome first on stage to perform a three-part performance, Repair, produced by Kentilia Louis, the Youth Spark performance, Repair, Part 1. Please put your hands together for them.
What you will, working for your dollar bill. Sad to see the old slave mill is grinding slow but grinding still. What you want and what you will, working for your dollar bill. Sad to see the old slave mill is grinding slow but grinding still. What you want and what you will, working for your dollar bill. Sad to see the old slave mill is grinding slow but grinding still. What you want and what you will, working for your dollar bill. Sad to see the old slave mill is grinding slow but grinding still.
Hey, Robert, so long I haven't seen you. So nice to see you. What's happening? Tell me what's happening.
I was just coming to look for you, you know.
Really?
Sit with me, please, please. I know you have all of these stories and, well, I want you to tell me something that will change my mind.
You always want me to sweet talk you, eh? Tell you a story. What story you want me to tell you? What you want me to change your mind about?
I want you to change my mind about this. The way I see it, we're stuck in a cycle. And we have been from the very beginning.
What do you mean?
To be specific, I think it starts with emancipation.
My emancipation is my right to articulate my thoughts.
Enkindling our consciousness is about bringing an awareness to our past.
As a people, it's important that we are aware of where we're coming from, who are our ancestors.
Emancipation moi c'est pouvoir moi ni pour développer comme moi et nation moi.
Our forefathers were not merely passive recipients of emancipation. The story of their struggle must be told.
I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home.
So emancipation is more than just a reflection on the past. It is a look to the future, to what we want to become. And I call on all of you as we celebrate for the second year for us to think, yes, let's reflect on the past, but let us equally commit ourselves to building a better future.
My mother they whipped her because she cried about them whipping my father. She the slave, he the slave. Then I would arise at sun nearly rise, working away my life.
You see, there's no time for storybooks where only stories are told. This is the time for reality. So let Black history unfold. Teach them more about the slave trade and the slaying of their ancestors. They need to learn about their roots and culture and of their motherland Africa. Let me hear somebody make some noise. It's Emancipation Day.
We will unveil what I believe are masterpieces, and for us to see more of that in St. Lucia. This government remains very supportive of those initiatives.
Emancipation is that safe haven for the soul. And in my imagination, I am the place that my soul goes to know itself.
Do we really trust the French?
Exactly. How do we know that they will not betray us? Huh? Use our manpower and exploit our knowledge of this land.
Go, shit.
On this hill, the brigands defeated the British.
Won't you help me sing this song of freedom? Is all I ever had.
Mr. Vini Joe, he alone.
Let me
hear again, you said Lucia.
God
this love master.
Everything you ask the man, him say tomorrow.
Have you waiting in a vain?
Down there in a sorrow.
Greedy Joe.
What make you go along so fire?
Knowledge and memory in both intangible and tangible ways. It is now my pleasure to welcome Vini, Calypso Gold, the legendary Herb Black, to do a medley with us, or for us this evening. He will be singing Reality Time, Black Man and Reparations. Please put your hands together. Me tell them I some Herb Black.
yeah. Children, children, it's reality time again. Oh yeah. I wanna say happy Emancipation anniversary. Let me see you do the bugu yaga, bugu yaga, bugu yaga, bugu yaga. Whoa, yeah. Tell me how could a cow, one cow, jump over the moon, this moon? Well, this is exactly how one student questioned me one afternoon after school, put him to test his learning ability, cause he don't want to be a fool. He asked how could a dish, one dish, run away with a spoon, one spoon? All of these nursery rhymes and those fairy tales are rhyming just for rhyme's sake. It's time to teach the children reality, because school ain't no place for fake. You see, there's no time for storybooks where only stories are told. This is the time for reality, so let Black history unfold. Teach them more about the slave trade and the slaying of their ancestors. They need to learn about their roots and culture and of their motherland Africa. Yeah. Children, children, it's reality time again. Oh yeah. It's that special time where all Black people have to come together, build up the unity, because this is strength. Let me see you do the bugu yaga, bugu yaga, bugu yaga, bugu yaga. Oh, oh. Tell me how could a man, one man, fly like a bat, one bat? He then handed over to me a comic book, telling me, Herb, take a look. I'd like to know if Batman is my hero, or is he just another crook? He asked how could a mouse, one mouse, frighten a cat, one cat? All of these cartoons and animation are meant for washing one's brain, and if this is what the youths begin to learn, I'm afraid we should think again. You see, there's no time for storybooks where only stories are told. This is the time for reality, so let Black history unfold. Teach them more about the slave trade and the slaying of their ancestors. They need to learn about their roots and culture and of their motherland Africa. Let me hear somebody make some noise for Black people. Yeah. Children, children, it's reality time again. Oh yeah. Oh, oh, what a shame, what shame. Tell me who is to be blamed, to be blamed. Look, all of the kids are hooked up on TV and the illusions that they see. So this is why they play ring games no more. Their interest is in Nintendo. Yes, it's our concern. To make sure that they learn, If our business is to educate, let we shine some light in the place. Because a mind when young is delicate and the most precious thing to waste. You see, there's no time for storybooks where only stories are told. This is the time for reality. So let Black history unfold. Teach them more about the slave trade and the slaying of their ancestors. They need to learn about their roots and culture and of the motherland Africa. Yeah. Children, it's reality time again. Oh yeah. So let me see you do the Bogo Yaga, Bogo Yaga, Bogo Yaga, Bogo Yaga. Oh boy. From we great grandfathers, fathers, to we sons and daughters, daughters. It's over 400 years of illiteracy, over 400 years in the dark. Just a colonial kind of strategy to keep our people back. Yeah, we teach them the truth. The truth. From the leaves to the roots, to the roots. Because we are living in a modern age, we tend to forget too fast. I think the youths should know their heritage and every detail about the past. You see, there's no time for storybooks where only stories are told. This is the time for reality. So let Black history unfold. Teach them more about the slave trade and the slaying of their ancestors. They need to learn about their roots and culture and of the motherland Africa. Ah yeah. Ah yeah. Children, it's reality time again. Oh yeah. It makes me feel so good to see a black man stepping up the ladder. Yeah man. That's what we've been held back from for so long. Yeah, Mr. DJ, run the other track for me, please. Reparation, reparation, reparation now. Reparation, reparation. Sometimes all I could do is only scratch my head when I get to thinking about slavery dread. All the struggles black man went through is well documented, it's true. Now the Europeans refuse to give to us black people what is due. But always know it is a mass, oh yes, cause it was prophesied by Marcus. Whoa, how much will they compensate? When will blacks repatriate? How long must the black man wait to get reparation now? Tell me, no, I'm not a West Indian, true son of an African. enslaved by Europeans and want reparation now. Reparation, reparation. Reparation now. My heart goes out to the Haitians, first Negroes who fought for our liberation. They say Toussaint was a rebel, he was leading the black struggle. So for burning down of plantations, they held Haiti accountable. So Haiti was penalized in court. Oh yes, to this day, the country is still bankrupt. How much will they compensate? When will blacks repatriate? How long must the black man wait to get reparation now? Tell me, no, I'm not a West Indian, true son of an African, enslaved by Europeans and want reparation now. Reparation, reparation, reparation now. Let's look at the beneficiaries of one of the world's worst human atrocities. Was started by the Vatican, continued by the Europeans. It was one great triangle shipping slaves out of the motherland. Now they are wealthy because of us. So yes, all we gained was the sign of the cross. How long will they compensate? When will blacks repatriate? How long must the black man wait to get reparation now? Tell me, no, I'm not a West Indian, true son of an African, enslaved by Europeans and want reparation now. Reparation, reparation. Black people, do you agree we need reparation right now? Reparation now. Yeah, man. Reparation, reparation. Now, before I do the last one for you this afternoon, I'd like to introduce my sister, Black Pearl. DJ, you can run it right now. This is a special message to all black people. The UE reparation lectures at the open campus, of course, for me was a plus. International decade for peoples of African descent. It makes sense to stand up and represent. But from what I heard some Lucian say on street right on DBS, my impression is some people don't want redress. I vex with slavery, some couldn't care less. Black man, stop falling down. Black man, get up off the ground. Black man, buckle your shoes. You have plenty work to do. Black man, open your eyes. Black man, you must realize. Black man, it's time to be wise, and you don't have to compromise. You don't have to compromise, black man. No, 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 no. Talk to them, my sister.
It is part of our history. It is exactly who we are. There's no doubt. It's our identity. Rooted in our culture, lying in our ancestry. That is why the Creator meant it to be.
But when a black man says he's not African cause he's born in St. Lucia and not want to hear nothing but no forefather, for sure, something wrong with this black brother. Black man, stop falling down. Black man, get up off the ground. Black man, buckle your shoe. You have plenty work to do. Black man, open your eyes. Black man, you must realize. Black man, it's time to be wise, and you don't have to compromise. Let me hear somebody make some noise. Serious message, you know. Is it because of our education and we brainwash with what we learn? Tell me, are we taught the truth? Why we stand against reparations and we show so little concern for the undisputed proof? If the Jews get compensation for what Germans do to them for slavery, why can't Europe do the same? Till then, reparations I man proclaim. Black man, stop falling down. Black man, get up off the ground. Black man, buckle your shoe. You have plenty work to do. Black man, open your eyes. Black man, you must realize. Black man, it's time to be wise, and you don't have to compromise. You don't have to compromise, black man. No. Give me.
Heard it from Michelle Obama. The white wives of built by slaves. Yes, slaves. Don't be astonished. In Europe, everywhere we wonder, there are evidences to see the facts are well established. Still today we fighting each other everywhere all around the world. Black man never seems to remember what's their role. Poor soul, they're fighting for silver and gold. Black man, stop falling down. Black man, get up off the ground. Black man, buckle your shoe. You have plenty work to do. Black man, open your eyes. Black man, you must realize. Black man, it's time to be wise, and you don't have to compromise. And stop falling down, black man. Get up off the ground, black man. Buckle your shoe. You have plenty work to do. Black man, open your eyes, black man. You must realize, black man, it's time to be wise, and you don't have to compromise. Thank you so very much for having us here this afternoon. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together once again for her Black and Black Pearl. Not just performing for us, but telling us how we can create a pathway for the future that we desire. At this time, we are pleased to welcome the Executive Director of the Cultural Development Foundation, Mrs. Ramona Henry Wynn, who will deliver her remarks.
Understanding our past to create a pathway for the future. Before I begin, I invite you to reflect on one simple question. What have you inherited that cannot be touched? Not your home, not your land, not your possessions. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. permit me to adopt the protocol that has already been established. However, I will recognize the presence of the Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Philip J. Pierre, and the Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire. What have you inherited that lives within you? Perhaps it's your grandmother's resilience, your grandfather's quiet strength, the sound of drums that still something deep within you, a lullaby sung in Creole, a story told by an elder, a belief that no matter how difficult the journey, tomorrow can still be better than today. These are the inheritances that matter. They cannot be measured or held in our hands, yet they shape our identity, our values, and our sense of belonging. Our history is much the same. It is the unseen foundation upon which we continue to build. Long before our story became one of emancipation, this island, known to its first inhabitants as Ayanola, the land of the iguanas, was home to the Kalinago people, where relationships with this land reminds us that every nation is shaped by many chapters. Today, as we launch emancipation observances, we pay special tribute to our African ancestors. Their resilience, ingenuity, and unwavering pursuit of freedom transformed unimaginable suffering into an enduring legacy that continues to shape St. Lucia and the Caribbean. But the past is not asking us to live in it. It is asking us to learn from it. We do not honor our ancestors by looking only behind us. We honor them by walking the paths they have made possible. That is an invitation of this year's theme, understanding our past to create a pathway for the future. History asks something of us, not simply to remember, but to understand. Because remembering tells us what happened, understanding asks us why it matters. Our Nobel laureate, Derek Walcott, just 1 second. Whew, technology. I think the rain has wet the tablet, so it's a bit static. Just bear with me a second. Mrs. Suraj. Paper. Sorry about that. Our Nobel laureate, Sir Derek Walcott, captured that truth in 4 unforgettable words. The sea is history. History is not confined to books or monuments. It lives in the cadence of our language, in the rhythm of our drums, in the creativity of our artists, in the wisdom of our elders, in the dreams of our young people, and in the choices we make every single day. St. Lucian educator Dr. Didicus Jules reminds us that the future is not something we enter. The future is something we create. If that is true, and I believe it is, then the future of St. Lucia is not someone else's responsibility. It is ours. The question before us is not simply what our ancestors overcame. The question is what we will become because of what they overcame. Will we build a nation where every child knows the value of heritage? Where culture is not seen only as entertainment, but as education, innovation, opportunity, and identity. Where freedom is measured not only by rights, but by responsibility. Where unity is stronger than division and hope stronger than fear. These are the choices that will define our generation. So before we leave here today, let us return to the question with which we began. What have you inherited that cannot be touched? And now, let us ask another. What will you leave behind that cannot be touched? Will it be courage, compassion, integrity, creativity, a deeper love for country, a stronger sense of who we are? May future generations inherit more than our words. May they inherit our courage to protect what is precious, our wisdom to learn from history, our determination to build together, and our unwavering belief that understanding our past is not the end of the journey, it is the beginning of the pathway to our future. On behalf of the Cultural Development Foundation, I invite every St. Lucian to join us throughout this emancipation season, not only to remember, but to reflect, not only to celebrate, but to recommit ourselves to the work of nation building. May we be the generation that remembers with honesty, leads with courage, creates with purpose, and leaves our children a St. Lucia that is stronger, more united, and more confident in who we are than the one we inherited. This is how we honor our past. This is how we create the pathway for our future. I thank you.
We thank Mrs. Ramona Henry Wynn for these remarks as we reflect on our past 3 years of celebrations and the work to be done. Repair Part 2. Chimen no sawe pawe.
Emancipation? Look, I have stories about emancipation. Emancipation was when we were finally free. Free to be, free from restrictions, free from mental and physical torment and strain. It was a time when the culture took root and spread freely.
But did it really?
But the emancipation finally reached. I pray for that so much already. So much. No more pain, no more sorrows.
Amen.
Amen.
What are you happy for? What do you think is going to
I don't say
change
that. I don't say that.
tomorrow? It's the same goddamn work we do.
I don't want to hear that.
Emancipation is a blessing from
Amen.
God.
Yes.
Take
yes.
it with open arms.
Open arms.
We're free, but we're still working for Master. We're free, but we still don't own no land.
No.
We're no longer slaves, but we're still niggas. You're wrong. The church is there to help.
Amen. Yes.
We
yes.
will own land by the grace of God.
Yes.
We are free.
Amen. Yes.
Well, I was with the master, or the planter, the whole night. And he was telling me that he wants to go back to England. But he'll leave some money for me, and when he finally settles in, he'll send for me to come.
Girl, what nonsense you talking? Don't let that man fool you. You really think that he will send for you?
And you're just going to leave us?
Yes.
Guys. What we need to do is come together, stick together, save together, and work together.
Can I trust you with the little that I have?
Of course, and you all can.
Okay.
But it will be hard. Don't we all truly want to be free?
Listen, I want to be free, and I
I
thank
don't
the good Lord for opening the way for us. But what you say?
What you won't and
what you will, working for your dollar bill. Sad to see the old slave mill is grinding slow but grinding still. What you won't and what you will, working for your dollar bill. Sad to see the old slave mill is grinding slow but grinding still.
Ladies and gentlemen.
My emancipation is my right to articulate my thoughts.
Enkindling our consciousness is about bringing an awareness to our past.
Our freedom has a story, our ancestors have names, and our history continues to shape the path ahead. This July and August, the Cultural Development Foundation presents Emancipation Celebration 2026 under the theme Understanding Our Past to Create a Pathway for the Future. The celebrations begin Friday, July 24th at 5:30 p.m. with the official opening ceremony at Serenity Park, Castries. Emancipation Day, Saturday, August 1st begins at 6 a.m. with the bells of freedom ringing across St. Lucia. At 10 a.m., tune in to NTN and the CDF's online platforms for the Emancipation Lecture presented by Louise Mathres-Serrier. Later that day at 5 p.m., gather at the Vieux-Fort Square for Say Their Names, honoring our ancestors. Thursday, August 6th at 10 a.m., join us at Fordon Estate for Anchoring Petronil. The Emancipation book launch of T-Way Listwa, Emerging Voices from St. Lucia takes place Saturday, August 8th at 6 p.m. at the Finance Administrative Center. Catch the history of Foisson on Wednesday, August 12th at 9 p.m. on Choice TV, NTN, and the CDF's online platforms. The island-wide Emancipation Historical Treasure Hunt begins Saturday, August 15th at 6 a.m. Celebrate the birthday of Marcus Garvey Monday, August 17th from 9 a.m. at the Miku Market. A youth panel discussion, A St. Lucian Hero's Journey, airs Tuesday, August 18th on NTN. Take part in the Voices of Freedom Emancipation Poetry Challenge Friday, August 21st across the CDF social media platforms. Visit the Emancipation Market at the Castries Market Saturday, August 22nd from 9 a.m. Celebrations culminate on Sunday, August 30th with a La Wars Grand Fête in Monchy Grosselet. Church service begins at 10 a.m. followed by presentations from 1:30 p.m. at the Monchy Playing Field. Emancipation Celebration 2026, Understanding Our Past to Create a Pathway for the Future.
Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Give it to me. Girl, you look normal. Girl, you look normal. Girl, you look normal. Girl, you look normal. Oh, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Girl, you know what you're doing. Big face with the eye contact. Girl, look back. Look back. Look back. Look back. Look back.
How can I know where I'm going if I don't know where I came from? How do I get to the market if I can't remember which house I left from? How can I journey into the future when the past is not clear? When you're lost, they tell you to retrace your steps, find your way back there. And to be honest, we are lost. Help us, we are lost. Who are we? Aren't our ancestors kings and queens of old? Now tell me, aren't we the ones from the continent blessed with more than gold? How do we find ourselves? Go back and get it. How do we free ourselves? Go back and find it. Sankofa, go back and own it. Sankofa, go back, you know it. To find your way to your future, journey to your past. Your path is in your past, and in your past lies your present. Give your past your presence, and in your future you shall find that present. Sankofa.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together once more for Claire Smart performing Sankofa Anije. We now move to part 3, Repair.
You see, we thought if we had political control over ourselves, that would be enough. But psychologically, we weren't ready. So, membet, mempuel.
I don't understand. Huh? What do you mean?
Look in the book. Look at the things that I've found.
You and that book again. You and that book.
What problem do you have with my book?
Oh, nothing. No problem, nothing at all. Well, you see, the thing is, you want to put everything, like the facts, organized. But does your book actually allow the persons who read it to see us?
And your stories do?
What stories? Stories tell the soul of a people. Stories are how we remember what we survived. And stories help us forge ahead.
But everything you just said is what my book is doing. Okay, it's a little different, but I can look at all of these trends and promise you that nothing has changed.
But dear, we finally celebrating emancipation. 5 years now, we celebrating. Oh, I pray for that so much already. So much. No more pain, no more sorrows.
Man, I really cannot take the way you talking there. Emancipation.
I don't swear that.
What you happy for? What you think going to change? Leave me alone. It's the same goddamn work we are doing.
That's not the
Emancipation was a blessing from God.
Yes.
Take it with open arms. Oh, emancipation. We emancipated, but we still...
Stop this! We don't have to watch this again. I'm telling you, nothing has changed.
So what you saying? So what, there's no hope?
There's none that I am seeing.
The way we will move forward is if we all work together.
We thank Youth Spark for that three-part series of repair. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Vini, Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Tourism, Commerce, Investment, Creative Industries, Culture and Heritage. Metela mawasam puminis kini responsabilité pour kilti il l'industrie créative cette nisi.
Thank you very much, Mistress of Ceremony. Of course, with protocol already established, allow me to recognize the presence of the Honorable Prime Minister, to recognize Dr. Didicus Jules, the Director General of the OECS Commission. I saw Senator Ember Charles somewhere around earlier. Let me recognize the Deputy Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Investment, Commerce, Creative Industries, Culture and Heritage, Chairman of the CDF, CEO of the CDF, CEO of the Community Tourism Agency, CEO of the Central Tourism Authority, of course, Monsignor Patrick Anthony, and all the other distinguished invitees here this afternoon. I think some of you may remember how this all started a few years ago, after the change of government in 2021. The Honorable Prime Minister virtually made a public statement that one of the first celebrations would have after the victory of July 26, 2021, was to observe Emancipation Day. And he made a promise then to the nation that never again, as long as he was Prime Minister, we would celebrate Emancipation Day in the manner in which it had been celebrated in the past. And he's lived up to that promise. Every year, in advance, the Prime Minister wants me to give him a briefing on what are the preparations this year for for the particular year for Emancipation Day. And of course, I pass on the pressure to Darwin Gard as chairperson. I pass it on to Ramona. And he has taken a personal interest in making sure that Emancipation Celebration always remains at the forefront of our programming. He never really asked me about jazz or carnival or about the other attractions that are associated with carnival, but he would ask me about emancipation. And it is because we have a deep belief in the importance of emancipation celebration. And I can say to you, and I want you to give a heartfelt show of appreciation to the staff at the CDF for the work that they have done ever since we started celebrating in 2022. To Drinia, to Ramona, and all the staff members at the CDF. And you could have seen from the video how we have progressed over the years, what we have had. Although personally, I'll never forget the waterfront in 2022. That one was exceptionally special. But they've done a really fantastic job in trying to bring to the forefront of our minds the importance of emancipation. And I listened to Ramona earlier, and she was, in my mind, right on the spot in her comments. And I ask each one of you, for your own sake, for your own self, for your own reflection, focus on the theme for this year and find a way to interpret it and to bring meaning to it. Because we have to construct that future. And she quoted Dr. Didicus Jules. The future is not something you walk into. It is something you need to create. But let us just focus on the theme for a short while. And I'm going to tell you my own interpretation and understanding and present-day experiences of what this really means. Because the Prime Minister will tell you, Dr. Jules will tell you, that probably never before in our history are we challenged as we are now to create that prosperous future for our people that we all dream of. And every time we believe that we are overcoming the hurdles that are placed before us in the international system, that system, some may call it capitalistic, some may call it exploitative, that system seems to regenerate itself and come up with new versions and new ways of subjugating us. And when, sometimes I have to remember I'm a minister of government, so I have to be careful some of the things I say. But when you asked about understanding the past and you focus on emancipation, emancipation was the greatest crime against humanity in the entire civilization, of humankind. That's not emancipation, slavery. And emancipation released us from that. But what it told us is the extent to which a system would have gone to ensure it was capable of exploiting people, to generate private wealth for some people, that they would have subjected human beings to what they did during slavery for capital, for profit. That's what they did. That's what slavery was all about. They had slavery before. There was always slavery in history. But there was never slavery where human beings were seen as property and treated as property. That is what distinguished this slavery from the other slaveries they had before. That human beings were degraded to becoming property. And when it ended and payments had to be made, they did not pay the slaves who had suffered and lost their dignity, their humanity. They paid the plantation owners because they had lost their property when slaves were freed. But what they wanted was to be able to make production cheaper, to make more profit. And he had to own slaves and not pay them because they belonged to them. And therefore, cost of production was at its lowest. But think about that. That's what that past is. That we were inserted into an international system where they used our ancestors and degraded and dehumanized them for the sake of profit. That's what it was. And the fact that they would go to such extreme measures to do so tells you that that desire is insatiable. There's no limit, there's no end to it. And fast forward. And we can speak of our own experiences in those small islands. Our banana industry. We produce less than 0.5% of world production of bananas. But an international system, according to its trading rules, would have destroyed that from us. Think about it. Just how much profit, how much money is in less than 0.5% of world production? Just think of how much. But why would you destroy us, destroy all the possibilities in those small islands just to gain a couple more $100 million? But that's the nature of the system. And when we thought we were overcoming it and we started financial services, that too was taken away from us because we were becoming too prosperous, too independent. We were not taking as many loans as before. And that was taken away from us. And those of us that have tried the CIP as another source of leveraging our own assets, our citizenship, again, that has been taken away from us. So, if you understand the past, that system would have done to human beings what they did to black people during slavery, for the sake of generating profit, you can understand what we are going through now and why it will not end and why we must create a pathway that can navigate and be strategic and see openings and be agile and adaptive to make sure we can continue to deliver for our people. So if you hear the Prime Minister does not sleep at nights, it is because he's dreaming of all those pathways that need to be created. Fortunately, I can sleep a bit. He doesn't sleep, but I can. But on a serious note, when we speak about creating pathways for the future, it's about that. Let's remember what we've been through in the past. Let us remember that nobody's going to come to save us. Nobody's going to give us a free lunch. They've never done it in the past, and they will not do it in the future. So we now need to reflect on that theme and how each of us individually, like Ramona said, what can we do to create that prosperous future? So today we meet for us to formally present the program of activities for Emancipation Celebration this year. And we'll meet again on the 1st of August in Vieux-Fort. And I ask each of you during this month to take it as an opportunity for us to reflect on what we have been through and how it is we can create a better future. Thank you very much.
Our freedom has a story, our ancestors have names, and our history continues to shape the path ahead. This July and August, the Cultural Development Foundation presents Emancipation Celebration 2026 under the theme Understanding Our Past to Create a Pathway for the Future. The celebrations begin Friday, July 24th at 5:30 p.m. with the official opening ceremony at Serenity Park, Castries. Emancipation Day, Saturday, August 1st begins at 6 a.m. with the bells of freedom ringing across St. Lucia. At 10 a.m., tune in to NTN and the CDF's online platforms for the Emancipation Lecture presented by Louise Mathres-Serrier. Later that day at 5 p.m., gather at the Vieux-Fort Square for Say Their Names, honoring our ancestors. Thursday, August 6th at 10 a.m., join us at Fordon Estate for Anchoring Petronil. The Emancipation book launch of T-Way Listwa, Emerging Voices from St. Lucia takes place Saturday, August 8th at 6 p.m. at the Finance Administrative Center. Catch the history of Froisson on Wednesday, August 12th at 9 p.m. on Choice TV, NTN, and the CDF's online platforms. The island-wide Emancipation Historical Treasure Hunt begins Saturday, August 15th at 6 a.m. Celebrate the birthday of Marcus Garvey Monday, August 17th from 9 a.m. at the Miku Market. A youth panel discussion, A St. Lucian Hero's Journey, airs Tuesday, August 18th on NTN. Take part in the Voices of Freedom Emancipation Poetry Challenge Friday, August 21st across the CDF social media platforms. Visit the Emancipation Market at the Castries Market Saturday, August 22nd from 9 a.m. Celebrations culminate on Sunday, August 30th with a La Wars Grand Fête in Monchy-Gros-Soleil. Church service begins at 10 a.m. followed by presentations from 1:30 p.m. at the Monchy Playing Field. Emancipation Celebration 2026, Understanding Our Past to Create a Pathway for the Future.
Petroni Dwin.
Flor, Bois, Gaia.
Jean-Louis Maison.
May we never forget the names of the formerly enslaved who fought and died for the freedoms we now enjoy. This Emancipation Celebration, recommit to honoring the memory of our ancestors under the theme, Understanding Our Past to Create a Path for the Future. Join us on Saturday, August 1st, Emancipation Day at 5 p.m. in Vieux-Fort Square as we commemorate the breaking of the shackles through dance, drumming, song, inspiring reflections, and the ceremonial calling of the names who came before us.
Benjamin Bokan.
Say their names. Honor their legacy.
Of which there were 1,097 individuals of varying names and sizes. And you might ask the question, what's the purpose of a slave register, if at all? And you would be surprised to note persons as young as 1 or maybe even 4 months old being listed as property and having jobs before they were able to walk and to talk. And so I invite you to this very special commemoration in Vifon. Her Black gave us the perfect song to tell us, let Black history unfold. So let St. Lucian history unfold and come and be a part of that experience. Right now, we are going to transition into another experience of offering flowers ceremonially onto the waters. And you might ask, why are we offering flowers onto the waters? It is part of Afro-Caribbean religious honoring and also Orisha spirituality. Nous ka servi glo pou chay bagay religieux pou baptiser avec les autres bagay. And today, we offer fresh flowers onto the waters to honor the people who were brought across the waters forcefully, and their stories remain in our waters as well. We are led by our dancers.
Mama la joua wive, mama la joua wive, mama la joua wive, joua wive, à nous célébrer. Mama la joua wive, mama la joua wive, mama la joua wive, joua wive, à nous célébrer. Joua wive, à nous célébrer.
And the ancestors of the north.
You're not next.
Mama la joua wive, mama la joua wive, mama la joua wive, joua wive, à nous célébrer. Les a wive, à nous célébrer. Mama la joua wive, mama la joua wive, mama la joua wive, joua wive, à nous célébrer, les a wive, à nous célébrer.
Iba to Lakopwann and the ancestors from the west.
Mama la joua wive, mama la joua wive, mama la joua wive, joua wive, à nous célébrer, les a wive, à nous célébrer.
Iba, for Petronil and the ancestors from the east.
Iba to Ogrioko, the impermeable one, the one who gave our ancestors and us the unbreakable will to carry on.
We call across the barriers of time to recognize our freedom fighters.
From the first enslaved person on the other side of the Atlantic, who jumped into the waters of Oba Omi, the king of the ocean, rather than succumb to slavery.
To the Negma War, who received the strength and energy from Ali Kelami, who shook things up and brought rebellion to this land. We bring the light to illuminate you and your sacrifices.
Water, refresh you.
Rum, to cleanse and libation.
Flowers, to pay homage to you.
well as we offer our own flowers at this time. So follow as they lay flowers onto the water. Anuale. Anuale. We proceed in groups of 4. We allow the Prime Minister and Minister for Culture to lead, and then we offer in groups our offerings. As you enter, you may stand on the bank surrounding the open area. You can continue to come through. We stand on the bank on the open area with our flowers. Welcome, bienvenue tout le monde. Continuez pour marcher. Continue walking onto the perimeter that surrounds the open water area. You are welcome to join, gathering around and offering your flowers.
Petroni Dwin,
Flo Bois Gaia,
Jean-Louis Maison.
May we never forget the names of the formerly enslaved who fought and died for the freedoms we now enjoy. This Emancipation Celebration, recommit to honoring the memory of our ancestors under the theme, Understanding Our Past to Create a Path for the Future. Join us on Saturday, August 1st, Emancipation Day at 5 p.m. in Vieux-Fort Square as we commemorate the breaking of the shackles through dance, drumming, song, inspiring reflections, and the ceremonial calling of the names who came before us.
Benjamin Bokan.
Say their names. Honor their legacy.